Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
So last class we understood how to create a project, Django project. Django project is a fundamental unit for web application. Okay, how to create a Django project? Django admin, start project, project name. So once we create a project, so one folder is created with the project name. Under this folder, two more folders are created. Suppose the project name you have given is a proj1. Proj1 folder is created. Here also same name is going to created proj1, and one file is created called as a manage.py file, so which is used to run the server. And here automatically 5 more files are created, that is called underscore init underscore dot py, asga.py, settings.py, wsga.py, urls.py. So it indicates the empty file, saying that it is a folder. AJ, WSJ is for the deployment purpose. Settings.py, we can configure all the applications. And by using the link, we can move from, we can give a link to the views, how to give a link to the views from the user point of view. We are going to see in the user urls.py. Okay. So today we are going to understand how to create a application. Yesterday, as I mentioned, if you are using a bank project, this is a bank project. So we have a applications will be there, like invest application, registration application, loan application, like that. Okay, a project contains a collection of application as well as some configuration files. That is called as a project, and it's a fundamental unit for the web application. Now we are going to understand the application. So like invest app, register app, loan app. So these are called application. But what is the application? Application used to perform particular task. That is the application. Very simple. In Django, we are calling the applications. So project is a collection of application. Project is a collection of application and configuration files. Now question comes, what is the application? Applications are used to perform particular task. For example, loan app is on particular task, register app is on particular task you want to perform, investment is on particular task. So this is called as an application. But how to create an application in the Django, we are going to see. How to create an application. How to create applications in Django. Before creating application, we need to create the project. You know how to create a project like Django admin start project. You can give the project name. Automatically folders is created. Now how to create an application? In the project folder only, we need to create an application. How to create application? Python manage.py start app. Then you can give the application name. Application name. Okay. So when you create an application, what happens? Files are created. What are the files are created means we have a application name. What are the application name you have given? That application name is a folder is created. Under this one we have a file. So what are the files means admin.py file is there, apps.py file is there, views.py file is there, models.py file is there, models.py file is there, test.py file is there. So these are the files are appeared when you create the application. So these are once again 5 more files are created when you create the application. So what is admin.py, apps.py, views.py, models we are going to see. So admin.py is used to register the models. So once you created the model, so what we are going to do, we are going to register the model. So that time we are going to use the admin.py. Practically we are going to see what is admin.py. And apps.py is used to configure the application. But Django is already configuring the application. No need you to configure the application. So views.py is the next part. So where we are going to write the logic, business logic. So we are going to write in a business logic in 2 ways. One is a function based which we can write, and class based is also we are going to write. Right now we are going to write a function based use. We are going to see class based is upcoming classes. So now next one is a models. Models are called as a blueprint for our databases. So if you want to create a table in the database, we need to use a model. In the model, we define the classes. That classes will be converted as a table in the databases. How to use this models.py, you're going to see. Finally, we have a test.py, which is this file contains the code. It is used to contain for different test cases for the application. It is used to test the working of the application. This file is used to test the working of the applications. So first we are going to talk about we talked about admin, apps, views, models, and tester. So before going for practicals, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give some one line explanation for this one. Then we are going for practical how to create a application. Okay. So once you create a application, so one folder been created. Under the folder, 5 more files are created. So I'm just giving the brief introduction about one liner. Then we are going to see practical. Okay, so this is called as a Django application structure. Django application structure. Django application structure first contains admin.py. As the name suggests, it is this file is used to register model. This file is used for registering the models into the Django. Used for registering the models into the Django admin. What is the next file? What is the next file? Apps.py. This file deals with the application configuration. This file deals with the application configuration of the apps. Okay, but here default configuration is given by the Django. Default configuration is sufficient. No need to you need to add the application informations. Sufficient enough is sufficient. Default configuration is sufficient. No need to, as a user, no need to give information to the abstract view. Next one is a models.py. Very important models.py when you are working in the database side. This file, what we are going to do, we are going to create the classes. We'll create the classes to create database table. So how to use a models.py, everything we are going in detail. Okay, so it is a blueprint for our the databases. These are basically blueprint for the blueprint of the database. So that is called models.py. Next one, we are going for views.py. This is what we are going to touch the logic here. In views.py, we are interacting to the client and database, or whatever the logic we want to write, we are going to write the logic in the views.py. So how many ways we can write a logic means we can write a two ways, like a function based views we can write, and class based views also we can write. What is a function based views? So class based views we'll understand very thoroughly. Once you are familiar with function based views, you'll understand when we use a class based views. Okay, so here purely we are writing in a Python logic. Python logic will be written in two ways. One is by using function based views, second one is a class based views. Next one URLs. Next one is a tests.py. So this file contains code that contains different test cases. For the application. It is used to test the working of application. So these are the files are created when you're going for Django application structure. When you're going for Django application structure, admin.py, apps.py, models.py, views.py, and test.py is automatically created. Okay, so we are going to see practically how to create the application. So how to go to create a application? We need to go open the Visual Studio Code. Daily we need to open the Visual Studio Code only. Before creating application, we need to create the project. Am I right or not? Yeah. So first we are going for what? Going for Visual Studio Code. So last class I shown how to install and download the Visual Studio Code. Today we are going for directly Visual Studio Code and going for new terminal. Going for new terminal. I'm coming back to the desktop. So right now I'm into the desktop. In the desktop, I'm going to create one project. Okay, first I'm going to create a project. How to create a project means we know Django admin start a project. You can give the project name is project 2. So whatever the name you want, you can give. Now I need to change the directory to the project 2. And I need to open the project. How to open the project? Go to the file, open folder where my project is created in the desktop. So I am into the desktop. Select the folder. Select the folder. So now project is ready. When you click on the project folder, this is a project folder. So you are going to, yesterday I discussed the 2 folders are created. So the project 2 is same name of the project 2 and manage.5 file is created. Under the project 2, 5 more files are created. Init file, ASDA, settings.urls and WSJ. Okay, but today we are going to create the application. How to create the application? I'm closing the welcome screen. Go to the terminal, click on the new terminal. Now you are into the project 2 only. In the project 2, you can create the application. How to create the application? What is the syntax of creating application means? Python manage.py start app and application name. This is where we can create the application. Python manage.py start app. You can give the application name is something like a loan app. Okay, or you can give as a first app. So just enter. Once you enter, observe the left side what happened. So this application is been created here. So the application has been created here. This once again folder has been created. Under that folder, so these files are created once again. What are the files I discussed just now? Init.py file, it is an empty file, it indicating that this is a folder. And admin.py, which is used to register the model. Apps.py contains the configuration of the application. No need to test because already default configurations is available. And models.py is used to create the classes, to create the tables in the database. Tester.py is used to test the working of the applications. Use.py, we are going to write the logic. So 5 more files are created. One more is created that is called as a migration. We are going to discuss migration when we are talking about the models. So this is the structure of the application. Earlier, last class, we have seen the structure of the project. This is a project structure. This is the application structure. And one more file is there, manage.py. It is used to run the server. Which server we are running means development server. So this is what we need to understand the application structure. Now, our first intention, what we are going to do, we are going some request. New file I take. So now we need to configure the application. Now application is ready. What is the application name? First app. This first app you need to configure in the settings file. Project 2 file where you need to configure. I will show you. So once application is ready, you need to configure in the settings.py. Settings.py file. How to configure means there is a installed underscore apps is there. In that one, it is a installed apps is nothing but a one list. Here all the files will be listed out already. So in this one, we need to give the first app. First app we need to configure. This is where we need to configure the application. So you need to go to the settings.py and there is a installed underscore apps will be there that contains the list. In the list, we are going to configure the first app, which is just now we created. Okay. So for that first part, we are going to see. After application is ready, you need to go to the project settings.py. In the settings.py file, see, we are going to see a lot of things here. Okay, templates, so WSJ application, databases, lot of things are there. But today, if you see, you'll get a confusion what this file contains. Don't worry. So just understand. Now we are into this part, installed apps. Already some application is configured here. But now we need to configure the new application which is created just now. First app need to be configured here. How to configure? Just go here, just give the name first app. That's all. Okay, simple step. No need to afraid of this seeing this file. Okay, by seeing this file, definitely you will get a confusion and you will get afraid. No need to do. So one step by step we are going to see. Okay, just install the app. So now our first part is ready. Today I'm going to show you how to give the request and how to get the response from the user. I'm going to show you how to display output on the browser. We are going to discuss because application is ready. Now in the development server, once development server is ready on the browser, what we are going to do means we are going to give the request. The request what we are going to here is a HTTP 127.0.0.1 and 8000 is the port, and here we are going to give some URLs. Okay, without URLs also, okay, I'll show example. Here I'm going to give the URL is called as a home. So whenever this URL name is given as a home, so first it's going to look into the urls.py. It's going to look into the urls.py. It's going to look into urls.py. urls.py. So this home need to be checked in urls.py. So where it's going to look means there is a path. Path is on application function is there. Here we need to give the home, and here we need to give. Here we need to give. I'll come back here. Okay, so like this we need to give. So what happens? This home is going to look into urls.py. In urls.py, this home is there in the path. It's going to check. So URLs pattern on list is there. In the URLs pattern, path is there. In the path function, it's going to look the home. Whenever home it is looking found, whenever home is found, whenever home is found, it's going to look the view. So it's going to look the view. So where the view is there, there is a separate file called views.py is there. There is a separate file called views.py. There is a separate file called views.py. There is a separate file called views.py, which is there in the application. Just now we created the application. So here, what are the name you are giving? Whatever the name you are giving, that name is going to look in the views. That name is going to look into the views. Whatever the URL you are giving here, that is going to look here first. And if this is matched and particular view, it's going to look. Particular view, it's going to look. Okay, for example, I have given one logic here. One logic here. Def something, you can give anything you want, like index or login, whatever the method name you can give, function name you can give, and you can give the request here. And you can give a return HTTP response, HTTPS response. And you can give the message, whatever the message you want to display. Hi, welcome to Django. Welcome to Django. So this is a welcome to Django is going to display on the browser. Then what happens? So this message is going to display. Welcome to Django. Welcome to Django. This message, whatever the message we are given. So this message is going to display on the browser. So what is the message it is going to display? Welcome to Django. Okay, so this is the flow. Once your application is ready, you need to go to URL. You need to go to the URLs. And you need to configure whatever the name you are given, same name you need to give here in the path. So this is going to look into the views. So in the views, we are giving this login. So the login name you need to give here. Login name you need to give here, login. So once the home and login, for the home login is found, then it's going to execute this logic. While exiting the logic, we are returning this welcome to Django on the browser. So it's going to come and display to the output on the browser. So welcome to Django. This is a flow. This is our flow. Once your application ready, so we are going to do this process again and again, daily we are going to understand. Okay, so let me go. The first day you may get a confusion, no need to worry. So day after day you come, this will be very easy. The first day you are seeing the files, you get a confusion, no need to worry. Okay, this is the flow we need to understand. Now application configured, where we configure install that apps configured. Now what you need to do, you need to go for urls.py, urls.py, where the urls.py in the project to urls.py is there. Here you need to give the path. So this is a list. In this list, path is a function. Here I am going to give as a home. After home, you need to give the forward slash. Otherwise, it will not get it. So you need to give the home and forward slash, and you need to give the login here. Okay, so you can give login or whatever. So whatever you are giving, that need to be in the views.py. That need to be in the use.py. But right now, login you are given, that login name must be present in the views.py. In the views.py, nothing is there. Nothing is there. What we are going to do, we are going to create the view. How to create the view? Just def, I'm giving the login. The same name, whatever you are giving in the path, same name we need to give here. And we need to take the input as a request, which is coming from the HTTP. Then we need to return HTTP response. But here HTTP response is not appear. So what you need to go from Django.http import HTTP response. So we need to take this response because the response is not available. Same thing, we need to return HTTP response. And the HTTP response, you need to give a message like welcome to Django. So this is going to display on the browser. This is going to display on the browser. That's all. Okay, save it. But this login has to give in the urls.py. urls.py is a urls.py. You give the login, but login is there in the views. Login is there in the views. Am I right or not? Login is there in the views.py. So to bring this login into here, we need to import from what is that one? What is the application name? First app, import views, import views. Through the views only we can give the login. Views.login. That's all. Views.login. Views.login. Save it. So that's all. And when we run the server, we need to give home. And once it coming to the home, it's going to look the login. Login is there in the views.py. So this is going to return the HTTP response that is called as a welcome to Django. Is going to display on the browser. This is a process. Now what we need to do? So these are simple steps. Now we need to run the server. So all the things are ready. Now we need to run the server. How to run the server means Python manage.py run server. This is where we can run the development server. So once the development server is ready, so we get this HTTP request. Okay, but not only this one, we need to give the home, then only it come to the urls.py. So I copy this one and I'll paste here. You can paste in any browser you want. And if I run, we get an error. We get an error saying that page is not found. Page is not found. Don't worry. So what is looking? It is looking admin page and home page. That are the URLs it is looking. The page is not found. The request method URL looking admin and home. What is the admin? We are going to see later part. Now we are going to configure the home. Okay, means we need to give home here. Just forward slash. We are giving the. That's all. So we got the output as welcome to Django. But I want to give in H1 tag. Through the H1 tag also we can give. So this is where our HTML is required. So H1. End of H1. Save it. See, this is the advantage. Just we have saved. Then once again go into the page and I go refresh. Observe the change. Welcome to Django. Welcome to Django. This is the flow for the application and project and how to give the request and get the response. Okay. So the day when you get a confusion, what I do, just I delete all those process and I want you to explain all the process so you get a familiar about this. Okay, this one. So what I do, I close all Visual Studio Code. I close this one also, and I delete the project also. I delete the project. What is the project? Project 2 I delete. Okay. Now tell me the process, what we need to do. First, what you need to do. So tell me the process. First, we need to create the project. Yeah. If you understand that flow, nothing is difficult in the Django.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please one by one, the steps we need to follow. And daily we are going to do the steps so we get a clarity. First one is what? Create a Django project. Okay. Second step is what? Create a Django app. Next one, configure the application app in the
Application.
in settings.py. Third point, go to the urls.py and give whatever the name you want. In the path, you can give the name whatever you want. Okay. It is not compulsory. You need to go to the home. You can give any name you want. And you need to go for views.login. Okay. You can give any name you want here also. Okay. And same login, we need to come to the views.py. In this one, we need to write the logic. What is the logic I'm writing? Def login. I'm giving the request and I need to give the response. How to give the response? Return HTTP response, and you can give welcome to Kumar sir classes. Okay, something. That's all. But HTTP response is not available. We need to import it. How to import? From Django.http import HTTP response. Okay, so this is a flow. Then we need to start the server. Start the development server. How to start the development server? Manage.py run server. Then open the browser. And give the request. Copy paste that one. That is called as a 127.0.01. The port is 8000. And we need to give here home. We get a page not found error. So we need to give the home. When I give the home, this is going for here and looking the login. So it coming to the views.login and takes the request and return the HTTP response that is called welcome to Kumar sir classes and going to display on the browser. Okay, so this is a flow. Come on, by seeing the steps, so please tell me how we need to get the output on the browser. Yeah, now I'm going to open the, everyone has to participate. I open the Visual Studio Code. You need to tell me the steps. You need to guess the project name. Okay, you need to tell me the project name. You need to tell me the application name. I want you to explain. Okay, I mean, you need to give the name. Yeah. Go to Visual Studio Code. Go to new terminal. Okay, create the first project. Close the welcome screen. I need to go to the desktop because every time I'm going to create a desktop, so we get a clarity. Yeah. CD desktop. Come on. First create the project. Give me the statement how to create the project.
Django -admin.
Django -admin.
-admin. Start project name.
Project name. What is the project name? I want you to guess.
Project 3.
Yeah, very good. Project 3. Project is ready. Open the file. Open folder. Go to the desktop. Project 3. Select it. select that folder. Okay, now project T contains 5 files. Okay, let it be. Close the welcome screen.
Then
Go
open
to
new
the
terminal.
very good new terminal. Now we are into the project 3. Create the application. How to create the application?
Python manage.py. Start app application.
Application name is a first app. Okay.
Yeah.
Now first app folder contains 5 files. You need to admin apps models test.views.py. Okay. So now I need to configure the first app in the project 3. How to configure? Where I need to go? How to configure the first app? Where to configure? Come on. Where I need to go? Settings. Hello. Yeah, where I need to configure?
Settings.py.
Yeah, here. Come
Under
to
the installed app.
yeah. First
application name.
Yes, that's all. Save it. Now we are ready. Now what I need to do? I need to go to the urls.py.
Yes.
You need to give path. You can give the home /
home /
and you need to give your login. Assume. Okay. So same name has to give in the views.py. There the views.py first app.
Under application name.
Yes, correct. Views.py is there. Here we need to write the def function login name. Why you need to give the login name? Because there I given as a login. Request return HTTP response. But here we are not getting anything. Why? Because we need to import from
Django.html.
import HTTP response. So HTTP response. And here I need to go as a request. Sorry, not request. HTTP response. Okay, here you need to go. Welcome to
give some message.
Kumar classes. But here, okay, but I need to give the heading. You can also give the heading H1 tag. H1 tag I'm already giving. Otherwise, it will not come through the heading. Normal printing app. But this name I need to give into the URLs once again because that is under the views. The views are in the application from first app.
Application name.
Import to views. Here we need to give a view start. Login. Save it. Now what we need to do? The final step we need to run the start the development server. How to start the development server? Python manage.py.
Python manage.py.
Python manage.py. Run server. One server is ready. Copy this one and paste in the browser. Any browser you can open and enter. So we get a page not found because it is looking the home here. So we need to give home here. Or we can give the admin, but you don't know what is admin. Later part we are going to say admin also. So here we need to give as a home. Yeah, welcome to Kumar classes. It's very easy and no need to get a confusion. I given the flow also how this is going to be work. Okay. So any questions from this one you can ask me. I'm going to wind up today.
Sir,
Yeah.
is this necessary to register all the models in admins.py file?
Models.
Models.py. All the models is necessary to register in admins.py file.
No, that I'll tell the concept. Why, when we need to go to register or when we don't need to register, I'll discuss. There is a, yeah, there is a one concept is there. We are going to work on that one. Definitely. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions other than? So Pawan, Satyanarayan, any questions? So daily our classes will be like this. You need to interact with the class every time. Otherwise, you will not get clarity. So every time I have a classes, so I have interaction. Because once you interact only, you get a clarity. What we are doing.
Yes.
Yeah. So daily classes will be like this. Interaction will be there.
Sir, sir, can we install Django each and every time under the project, because now Django is installed outside
Already
the project.
one time is sufficient. No need to go for every time.
In the company is also working like this, sir.
Yes, yes. Only one time only they'll install. Not every time.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It is like our Python software is there. No, one time only we install. No, we write a programs in the same similar. Okay.
Sir, there is some virtual environment
Yes.
concept. So
see, virtual environment concept is very easy. Well, what people are doing means in companies, what they're doing, they're taking as a virtual environment separate folder. Virtual environment is nothing as a separate project or separate folder. So actually what I'm doing, I'm showing is in a very easy way. So it is very easy. In companies already virtual environment is given for you. No, you can work on the same. Okay. Here, I'm not taking as a virtual environment every time. Why I need to take the separate? Because every time I'm showing on the practical way on the desktop, I delete that folder every time. See, right now I'm working on the Instruct project. That's why it is there. Otherwise, I delete. Every example I show on the desktop. So you get a clarity. Okay, that is the first point. In companies, virtual environment is nothing, sir. It is just a one folder. Okay, but I'll show you how to work on the virtual environment is also. Every time you need to create a folder. What happens, that virtual environment means separate folders we can create. One virtual element, another virtual environment, another virtual element, separate projects we can create. That is the reason they're using as a virtual environment concept. This is called as a virtual environment. Okay. Okay. Before working on virtual environment, we need to activate the virtual environment and we can work on the same project. But that time what happens? If you're going for the new folder, we need to install the Django. Once again, you need to install those things every time. Because the folder to folder is different, no? So that is the reason I am installing directly here. So this is a easy way of learning. In company, no need to get confusion. So already they given the setup. No need to create your virtual environment. You need to work on that. Say one folder they give, on that folder only you need to work on in real time. Okay. Because why means suppose you are the you are one person, P1 is working on one folder, P2 person is working on another folder in the company. They segregate, no? P2 means you will take this folder, P1 means you take this folder. So that is the reason they are working on multiple projects. They are going to keep virtual environment setup, and you are not doing any virtual environment setup in real time. Already they set the virtual environment. They give the access for you separate folder. You need to work on that folder only.
Sir, in company, work on Visual Studio or PyCharm also, sir?
Yeah, I worked in 2-3 companies, but there we are using as a Visual Studio Code only. But some companies preferring PyCharm also. But if you work in Visual Studio Code, PyCharm is nothing difficult.
Okay, okay, sir.
Same. PyCharm also same. I have PyCharm also in my machine. So JetBrains is there. So IntelliJ also I used one company.
Oh,
So based on our requirement they're using, but most of the time most companies are using Visual Studio Code. That is the reason I chose that.
okay.
Yeah.
Sir, after Django classes,
Hmm.
I want to learn Django REST framework for API purpose. So,
Yeah.
sir, Django REST framework API classes, you will take, sir, or?
So right now they're not given option for me. If a chances is come means I'll take. That's also very easy. If you know Django, that will become very easy.
Okay, okay, sir.
Right now I'm not taking HTML. That part also they're not giving. Means they'll give couple of days.
Not HTML, sir.
I
Django
understand.
REST
Django
framework
API. You are asking Django API. No.
Huh,
They
yes, sir.
management on